affiliate promotions, helping this channel to support you. Hi, Banggood have sent me a handful of woodworking items to review, and I'm going to start on this video with the Drillpro T-ruler, the 600mm version. There are also 5, 4 and 300mm versions, which is basically the only difference being the length of the ruler section. Now it comes with a T-bar on the end, which is used to align it at a square angle to the edge of a panel, board, etc. That gives you the opportunity of drawing lines that are square to the edge of the board, like so. It also though has in it a lot of holes milled through the centre section here, one at every millimetre increment. So it allows you to draw parallel lines using a pencil put through each of those lines, each of those holes, and moving the T-bar against the edge of the panel. They're spaced every millimetre, and that may or may not be useful to you. Much like using a panel gauge, you can set out the width of something to cut, or you can set in marks for cutouts, for mortises, that sort of thing. Now the edges of both sides of this ruler are marked in millimetres from the T-bar end, so 0 to 600 in this case, down both sides. That's very clear marking, but it's raised rather than being etched, and whether or not that will wear off over time, I'm not quite sure. It doesn't come off easily rubbing it with my nail, so I'm hopeful that it'll last reasonably well if it's looked after. Now I actually checked the length of the ruler, and as far as I can tell, it's as straight as my reference straight edge down here, so very good. In its thickness though, it's got a very slight bend in it, so when you put it down on a panel, the middle is very slightly raised. That actually makes it really easy to slide up and down using the T-bar, because it's only contacting this end and either at the edge of the panel or right at the edge of the end of the ruler. So that makes it very easy. But if you're going to use it, clearly once you've found your position, you should press down in the middle to lock it off in position and then draw your line. It seems to be made really well, it's got a nice finish on it. The only thing I would point out is that at the very end of the ruler here there is a little burr on there which could do with being just filed off. Now you actually receive it as two separate parts. So the T-bar comes off and you get it in the box separately with these 4 machine screws, and you have to assemble it. The fit between the stock and the ruler is incredibly good, really nice and tight. There's no slop in it at all. So once it's put together and you've got the screws in, you know it's going to be set as it was intended. And I've checked the squareness of this, and as far as I can tell, it's over its 600mm length, it's less than a millimetre out in squareness. So that's really quite good, and that's probably within the tolerance of my measuring. Bonus of course of having it come in 2 parts is they send you a little Allen key. So once you put it all together, you've got yourself an extra Allen key for the collection on it. That's a really simple piece of kit. It does exactly what it's supposed to do, and if you're looking for something like this, then I can certainly recommend it. I'll put an affiliate link in the description below, but do obviously check other manufacturers to see what else is out there. Cheerio!